We all know that student, the one who gets straight A's, is popular with everyone, looks attractive, and is the model of the school. You're probably 12 to 24 trying to glow up as a student. And it's in this 5-phase transformation that will change you into that student in less than a month, where phase 1 is to improve looks. The main idea of improving looks is to just take more care of yourself. Sleep well, eat healthy, have skincare, hair care, body care, and you'll glow up faster than anyone else. But to do this, you need a good morning and night routine that's simple. Because there's so many stupid entrepreneur morning routines. Wake up at 3 a.m. and then poop and then get out of bed. They're just too complicated and you probably won't stick with them for a long time. So here's a morning and night routine that I made that you can screenshot and save for later. But that student also has a sharp jawline, which many people think is genetic, but you can actually control it. If you want your jaw to develop, you have to learn to mew, which is putting the back of your tongue to the back of your mouth. Do this with some mouth tape that you put on at night that stops you from mouth breathing, and your jaw will start to develop and change as time passes. Now phase 2 is your physique, because that student has an amazing physique, and exercising is what he used to get there. This is something you have to start doing, because imagine walking into class while filling your shirt and feeling more energy that will help you perform better on the test. So the formula to get in shape is super simple. You just have to eat healthy, stick to exercising, and sleep well. But how do you do these? Well, the basics of eating healthy is to eat more protein and less carbs and fats. To calculate how much protein you need, take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by 1. And this is how many grams of protein you need to eat in a day, because you don't need that much exercise to get fit. I only work out 3 times a week and I still look like this, so your only goal is to keep it consistent. For better sleep, the best thing you can do is literally sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time every day. Most people can't even do this. These 3 steps alone will give you a huge boost, and if you want a beginner's workout, just comment below, I'll make a video on it. But phase 3 is grades. That student has the best grades in the class, not because he's born smart or because he has luck. It's because he puts in the work behind the scenes that no one else sees. I already got 2 videos on improving your grades that you can check out, but right now I'll give you the 4 main points that you need to know to drastically improve your grades. And point 1 is to learn how to study. You're told to revise and take notes in class, but do you actually know what it means to study and how it changes based on different topics? Again, I've made a video on this, but you simply have to separate subjective and objective classes like I did here. To get high grades in objective classes, the best thing you can do is practice tests and practice questions from online. The best resource for this is to grind Khan Academy. And for subjective classes, you need to work with the teacher to understand how they grade your work and what they want to see in it so that you can score higher in their class. And so now that you know what to study, you need to learn how to study. And point 2 is deep work. In simple terms, it's the ability to work in such a focused state that nothing can distract you. You've probably felt this state before when you've watched a video and you just felt lost, and you played a video game and time just flew by. You need to learn this so that studying becomes easy to do without you wasting your time procrastinating. I used to always get distracted during work, so to get into a flow state during deep work, I set myself a 30-minute timer and I only gave myself 2 choices. I could either choose to work or I could do nothing. Eventually, I got so bored that I just started working because I had nothing else to do. There was no other choice. But what exactly do you do deep work on? Well, that's point 3, and that's to practice. And practicing is super uncomfortable because no one likes failing at the work they're trying to do. I used to just skip practicing for tests because it made me feel like I wasn't prepared. So I just kept on rereading the same pages of notes and just writing and copying it from online instead of doing the practice questions that would actually get me progress. You need to put in the work and reps of practice questions so that you know what's coming on the test and you'll be ready for it. Again, Khan Academy is probably your best friend for this, but if you can go to your teacher and ask them for previous practice tests, they will give you the questions that you literally will get on the test. And if you practice those, you'll be able to get ahead of all of your classmates. And point 4 is to think like a top student. That student isn't sitting there like, oh, what if I fail this test? What if I don't do good? What if I get this question wrong? No, he just walks into class full confidence knowing he'll get a good grade because he learned how to study using 2 hours of deep work where he did past practice questions. With the failure mindset, you start fulfilling that belief. You think you'll do so badly, so what's the point of studying anyways? And you'll think you'll fail the test, so what's the point of finishing the test anyways? To become the top student, you need to constantly ask yourself, what would the top student do to get the highest grades? And then just do it. And those are the only 4 points you need to get high grades. And that takes us to phase 4, which is to develop a personality. Developing an attractive personality is probably the most complex of all the other phases, and I'll make a video about it later. But right now, I'll give you the 3 main pillars of an attractive personality. Pillar 1 is to become a conversationalist, because it's really hard to be around someone who makes it awkward to talk to. So you need to learn how to begin a conversation and to make it last for as long as possible. A simple rule to follow is to ask what's happening right now in this moment. So if someone was to walk in my room right now as I'm recording this, they would ask, yo, are you recording a video? Yeah, I am. What's it about? How to glow up and become that student. A conversation is just an exchange of questions and answers, but you can't just expect the other person to keep on talking while you keep on listening. But now that I answer the question, how would he respond to it? He has to follow what's called the branching method. So what's your plan for blowing it up? What I did right there was ask a relevant question about the topic using either who, what, where, when, or how. It's like branches on a tree that you can climb. Oh yeah, I'm just using the methods in this book to blow it up. Except at some point, you climb all the branches and don't know how to continue. That's when you move on to another similar topic and use that same branching method for that again. What else do they say in there to like blow up videos? I kind of want to learn that too. You can do this forever until one of you either has to go somewhere and end the conversation, or you just keep on talking forever and you never end. But how do you become more likable? Well, that's pillar 2, which is to become more genuine. Whenever you're talking to someone, you have to genuinely be interested in what they're trying to tell you. Even if they start talking about a topic that you know nothing about, your point is to try and learn as much as you can from them, because they'll feel interested in sharing it with you and you'll feel interested in trying to learn it from them. This is another way to keep the conversation going. And as you get better at the skill of being genuine, they'll feel like they can share anything with you. So now they'll start opening up and they'll feel like they always want to talk to you because you're the only one who validates their thoughts and feelings. You don't need to follow any kind of script. You just let out those laughs, tell that risky joke. Over time, you'll learn which jokes actually make people laugh. You'll learn which people want to talk to you, and those are the people who can become your friend. And when they open up, you have to learn to use pillar 3, which is to use 2 ears but 1 mouth. People love to talk about themselves as much as they can. And the more that they talk, the more comfortable they feel being around you and the more they feel like they can tell you about themselves. We have 2 ears for a reason. It's to listen more than we talk. The more you can genuinely listen to other people, the more the chances are that you're able to continue that conversation and hold it for a long time. But people do fall into a huge trap here, which is to stop speaking entirely and to only listen to the other person. If you do this, eventually it'll start getting awkward because the other person will only have so much to say about themselves. So you gotta start chiming in as well. And the way to balance this is to have a 3-to-1 ratio of listening to speaking. So basically, they talk about something about 3 times more than you talk about something. So about every 3 sentences, try to chime in and say something. And after you have these 3 pillars down, it's time to move on to phase 5, which is hobbies and skills. Because you can improve yourself all you want, but if you don't have a life and you don't have something that's exciting, no one will want to spend time with you. That's why you need to have multiple skills and talents. So here are 3 hobbies that you need to choose. One that keeps you fit, one that makes you money, and one that makes you smarter. Healthy skills are learning to cook, going for long bike rides, or just playing tennis. Money skills are like video editing, learning sales, and learning marketing. And then smart skills are like reading, watching lectures, or learning anything that interests you. These hobbies aren't supposed to be things that are for other people. They're for you. Other people can just join in if they like. For example, if you love to go for long bike rides, you can call one of your friends to join you and just say, let's go for this. You don't have to do what's popular. So if tennis is popular, but you actually like badminton, go play badminton, because there's probably a tighter, smaller, but closer community out there for you. These 3 hobbies will not only give you more topics to talk about, but also make you find something that you genuinely love and might take on as a career later on. Okay, here's the truth. These 5 phases will take you a long time, especially the 3rd one, which is to up your grades. Except 2 years ago, I came upon this exact student, an Asian kid, who had 3 Asian secrets that he used to get all A's in all of his classes while studying less than 2 hours a week. And I laid out all his secrets in this video right here.